questions and to see all of the players and how amazing they are. And just remember, players on the stage, never judge your Certamen skills or yourself or your love for classics by anything that happens in a single Certamen round. We're gonna all expect to see you back year after year playing Certamen, unless you're a senior, but then you can play Westlock. All right, so you all are gonna notice today that we're gonna keep a pretty strict time schedule. At 2:15 p.m. this auditorium needs to be used by the amazing Mr. George O'Connor, who is a author of mythological graphic novels. You want to be here for that too, but we're gonna keep things moving today. So I'm going to go ahead and invite to the stage Ms. Lisa Masoni, who's going to be reading Novice Finals, and I'll let her go ahead and start pregame.
Okay, my friends. Could you start by showing me your name tags? Okay, thank you. A reminder to players and audience members to silence and turn off all devices capable of making a noise and put them away. Coaches can have their devices in silent mode. We want to quickly give the players a chance to introduce themselves, and this is also your opportunity to practice your loud voice that I can hear. So if we can start with, you're Florida, right? If you could just quickly say your name and school.
Jasper from Kentucky. I'm Isaac from College. I'm John Minnick from Holy Trinity.
Thank you. And in the middle we have Texas, is that right? Okay.
I'm Riley from Klein Collins High School.
I'm Kai from St. Andrews.
I'm Michael Booth from Westland.
Alvin from Klein Collins.
Thank you. And we have Massachusetts.
I'm Tom O'Reilly from Rockford.
I'm Rebecca Dyes from Rockford.
I'm Amish Kumar from Rockford.
I'm Aspen Johnson from Roxbury Latin.
Okay, thank you. There are a couple of you that I had a little trouble hearing. So if I ask you to repeat, it has to do with me and the age of my ears. Just try to use that big projecting voice so I can hear you. We will go ahead and do a buzzer check. So can I have all the ones buzz in? All the twos? All the threes? And all the fours? And all the Bs? Okay. Players, please remember to wait to be recognized when in answering a toss-up. Please also remember to avoid what could look like consultation. Please focus on me during a toss-up. Don't interact with your teammates. Audience, as a reminder, please, you need to be quiet with the exception of the score checks at 5, 10, 15, and 20. We'll pass out the Aurelia passage and I will read it for you. Florida, who's your captain? 3? Okay. And Texas and Massachusetts, okay. Okay. Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tredecem ludos magnos Iois in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus eratus domum recurre coipit. Echo. A reminder that if there are questions or challenges, we need to have that brought to us at question 19. They need to be resolved for the first 19 questions before we proceed for 20. Players, do you have any questions? Yes. 110. Any other questions? Okay, I think we are about ready to do this. All right, so this is the 2002 NJCL Certamen Novice Finals. The study of the humanities often challenges us as we examine the full range of the human experience. This Certamen round contains mention of violence and other difficult content. As always, take care of yourselves and reach out to your chaperones and sponsors if you need to talk about the content. All right, toss-up number 1. Which continent contains the regions the Romans called Tripolitania? Africa is correct. The list was Tripolitana, Cyrenaica, Numidia, Ethiopia, and Aegyptus. First bonus for Team C. Which modern country primarily contains the region the Romans called Numidia? Which modern country primarily contains the region the Romans called Numidia? Answer, please. Algeria is correct. Your second bonus. Which modern country contains the region the Romans called Tripolitana? Libya is correct. 20 points for Team C on toss-up number 1. Toss-up number 2 is a visual question. Please open your visuals. Who is this goddess, also known as Dind? Answer, please. Proserpina is not correct.
C4. Cybele.
Cybele is correct. The question was, who is this goddess, also known as Dindymene, who gave her sacred trees from Mount Ida to Aeneas to build ships, and was originally a Phrygian mother goddess? There is an additional visual, a different one, for the bonus. Oh, yes. You now have 5 seconds to inspect the visual. Your first bonus, give the letter for the picture that contains a character who, according to Ovid, became a lion pulling Cybele's chariot. A is correct. And your second bonus, give the name and letter of the character whom Cybele drove mad and turned into a pine tree.
So Attis was the one. So I think it's the D5 pine tree. So it's not A. It's D.
D is correct. 20 points for Team C on toss-up 2. All right, toss-up number 3. Those visuals were sure entertaining. From what Latin verb? No, B4. Teneo, to hold, is correct. From what Latin verb with what meaning do we derive entertaining and tenacity? First bonus for Team B. What derivative of teneo means a group of attendants or entourage? What derivative of teneo means a group of attendants or entourage? Answer, please. No, the answer is retinue. Retinue. Bonus number 2. What derivative of teneo, in addition to a technical meaning in the field of music, can also mean character or the drift of something spoken? What derivative of teneo, in addition to a technical meaning in the field of music, can also mean character or the drift of something spoken? Tenor is correct. 15 points for Team B on toss-up number 3. Toss-up number 4. Translate the following sentence into English. Amor tuus numquam maior erit.
C1, your love will never be greater.
Your love will never be greater is correct. First bonus for Team C. Now translate this sentence into English. Corona peior erat multitudine. Corona peior erat multitudine. Answer, please.
The crown was worse than size.
Can you say your last word for me again?
Size.
No, it's the crown was worse than the crowd. Bonus number 2. Now translate this sentence into English. Haec janua est minima quam vidi. Haec janua est minima quam vidi. Answer, please.
This floor is the smallest I've ever seen.
That is correct. Yes, that's correct. So that was 15 points on toss-up 4 for Team C. Toss-up number 5. The Lex Ogulnia of 300 BC, the Leges Publilii of 339 BC, the Licinian Sextian Rogations of 367 BC,
B2,
Plebeian secession is not correct.
there.
The Lex Ogulnia of 300 BC, the Leges Publilii of 339 BC, the Licinian Sextian Rogations of 367 BC, the Lex Canulea of 445 BC, and the Valerio-Horatian laws of 449 BC, all enshrined rights for
A4,
conflict of the orders is not correct. The Lex Ogulnia of 300 BC, the Leges Publilii of 339 BC, the Licinian Sextian Rogations of 367 BC, the Lex Canulea of 445 BC, and the Valerio-Horatian laws of 449 BC, all enshrined rights for plebeians that were omitted from what law code that was...
C1, 12 tables.
12 tables is correct. It finishes what law code that was started in 451 and completed in 450 BC. First bonus for Team C. What right did the Lex Canulea grant to the plebeians?
Intermarriage between patricians and
Intermarriage between patricians and
plebeians.
plebeians is correct. Your second bonus. What did the Lex Ogulnia grant plebeians access to?
Voting rights.
Voting rights is not correct. It's priesthoods. 15 points for Team C on toss-up 5, and we will do a score check.
Florida has yet to score. Texas has 15, and Massachusetts 70.
If there are protests, Mr. Andino is the person to whom to bring them. Mr. Andino, do you want to wave? Okay. If we could have the audience please settle in, make sure noise-making devices are turned off. Toss-up number 6. What group, which includes Hyperion,
C4.
answer please?
The winds?
The winds is not correct. What group, which includes Hyperenor, Echion, and Chthonius, and whose name means from...
A1.
The Spartoi is correct. Whose name means from the ground, replaced the original settlers of Cadmus after those settlers were eaten by a dragon. First bonus for Team A. What god was Cadmus forced to serve for 8 years to atone for killing the dragon? Ares is correct. Your second bonus. What other hero later planted the rest of the dragon's teeth after plowing a field with 2 fire-breathing oxen? Jason is correct. 20 points for Team A on toss-up 6. Toss-up number 7. Supply the correct form of idem, eadem, idem to complete the following sentence. After being accosted by a persistent...
B2.
Answer, please. Eundem is correct. The sentence was, after being accosted by a persistent salesman, I saw the same man walking home that night. First bonus for Team B. Translate into Latin, walking home, as it is used in the sentence above. After being accosted by a persistent salesman, I saw the same man walking home that night. Answer, please. Domum ambulantem is correct. Your second bonus, translate into Latin that night as it is used in the sentence above. After being accosted by a persistent salesman, I saw the same man walking home that night. Answer, please. Ila nocte is correct. 20 points on toss-up 7 to Team B. Toss-up number 8. Among the Latin verbs discere, delere, docere, and dolere, which one best fits this Latin description? Auxilio magistri.
B4.
Doceo is not correct. Among the Latin verbs discere, delere, docere, and dolere, which one best fits this Latin description? Auxilio magistri, studentes in schola.
C1.
Discere is correct. The sentence was Auxilio magistri, studentes in schola id agunt. First bonus for Team C. Among the Latin verbs discere, delere, docere, and dolere, which one best fits this Latin sentence? Romani antiqui, id, urbi Carthagini, post bellum punicum tertium egerunt. Discere, delere, docere, and dolere. Could you say it one more time, please? Delere is correct. Your second bonus, among the Latin verbs discere, delere, docere, and dolere, which one best fits this Latin sentence? Ceres id filiae sentiebat, postquam a Plutone capta erat. Ceres id filiae sententiebat, postquam a Plutone capta erat. Dolere is correct. 20 points for Team C on toss-up 8. Toss-up number 9. Who blames the mental influence of...
C4.
Answer, please.
Odysseus?
Odysseus is not correct.
There.
Who blames the mental influence of Ate and the Furies for addling his brain and causing his argument with Achilles?
B2.
Agamemnon is correct. First bonus for Team B. Ate is also blamed by some authors for giving what son of Sthenelus and Nicippe the throne of Tiryns? Ate is also blamed by some authors for giving what son of Sthenelus and Nicippe the throne of Tiryns? Answer, please. Pentheus is not correct, it's Eurystheus. Your second bonus, Eurystheus obtained the throne of Tiryns over what son of Zeus, who was born later than him? Heracles is correct. 15 points for Team B on toss-up 9. Toss-up 10. De scribamus nunc proprietates dictionum in his sententiis. Euge, ubique laetitiam videram. Quae pars orationis est
B2.
No. C1? Sorry. Interjectio is correct. It was quae pars orationis est euge. First bonus for Team C. Quo casu est laetitiam? Euge, ubique laetitiam videram. Accusativo is correct. Bonus number 2. Quies temporis est videram. Just give us a second here. Plusquam perfecti is correct, but we're not sure about the praeterity part. Okay, so we're not going to award those 5 points right now, but we'll do a score check after 10.
Okay, Florida has 20 points, Texas 50 points, and Massachusetts 105 points.
If you're coming in, please find a seat quickly and make sure you're cell phones are off. Toss-up 11. Responde latine. Multi Romani hic conveniebant, et negotium agebant.
B2.
Forum is correct. Negotium agebant prope basilicam Iulium et templum Vestae, ubi Romae sumus. First bonus for Team B. Responde latine. Ubi senatus Romanus in foro Romano saepissime conveniebat. Ubi senatus Romanus in foro Romano saepissime conveniebat. Incuria is correct. Your second bonus. Responde latine. Unde in foro Romano, Cicero, orationes habuit apud populum. Responde latine, unde in foro Romano, Cicero, orationes habuit ad populum. Um, All right, we are not accepting the singular rostrum for this bonus. We are accepting praeterity for the bonus on number 10. So I believe that was 15 points for Team B on toss-up 11. Toss-up 12. Which political office granted its holders membership in the Senate and was considered the starting point?
B2.
Quaestor is correct, the starting point of the cursus honorum. Bonus 1 for Team B. Which political office presented an excellent opportunity for ambitious Romans to gain popularity by spending their personal wealth on upgrading public facilities and hosting games? Edile is correct. Bonus number 2. Which political office was only filled every 5 years in the late Republic? Censor is correct. 20 points for Team B on toss-up 12. Toss-up 13. A grove of poplar trees.
C4.
Heliades.
Heliades is not correct.
B1.
Heliades is not correct. A grove of poplar trees weep tears of amber on the banks of the Eridanus, mourning the fiery death of what man?
A1.
Phaethon is correct. First bonus for Team A. Who were these trees originally?
His sisters.
Yes, they were his sisters. And the second bonus, who observed these trees twice, once on the way to their destination and once when returning? Who observed these trees twice, once on the way to their destination and once when returning? Answer, please. No, the answer is the Argonauts. So that was 15 points for Team A on toss-up 13. Toss-up 14. Galba may have made a strategic error.
B2.
Not paying the Praetorian Guard is not correct. Galba may have made a strategic error when he adopted the aristocrat Calpurnius Piso Licinianus, over which more,
C1.
Otho is not correct.
A4.
Answer, please.
No answer.
The full question was, Galba may have made a strategic error when he adopted the aristocrat Calpurnius Piso Licinianus, after which more popular commander in Germania Superior, a man who had put down the revolt of Julius Vindex in 68 AD, we were looking for Verginius Rufus, so no points on toss-up 14. Toss-up 15. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice, then answer in Latin the question that follows. Domus, quies dam familiae, omnia alia aedificia magnitudine superavit. In summa domo erat turis, ex qua familia totum urbem spectare poterat. Saepe familia ad summam turim ascendebat, et super urbem spectabant, nam hic locus erat plurimis pedibus altior quam terra. Rereading. Domus quiestam familiae, omnia alia aedificia magnitudine superavit. In summa domo erat turis, ex qua familia totum urbem spectare poterat. Saepe familia ad summum turim ascendebat, et super urbem spectabant, nam hic locus erat plurimis pedibus altior quam terra. Answer the following question according to the passage. Quo saepe
E2.
familia is not correct.
C2.
Ad summum turum is correct. Quo saepe ascendebat familia. First bonus for Team C. Answer the following question according to the passage. Quid spectari poterat ex summa domo? We need a grammatically correct answer, which would be tota urbs. And the second bonus, answer the following question according to the passage. Quo altior est turis familiae? Saepe familia ad summum turum ascendebat, et super urbem spectabant, nam hic locus erat plurimis pedibus altior quam terra. Answer, please. Terra is correct. So that was 15 points for Team C on toss-up 15.
Florida has 35, Texas has 85, and Massachusetts has 125.
Okay, toss-up number 16. Change the verb form laudavisti, which means you have praised, to the form
E2.
laudatus es is correct. We wanted to change it to the form that means you have been praised, which is the passive voice form of laudavisti. First bonus for Team B, change laudata s to the future perfect tense, which means you will have been praised. Change laudata s to the future perfect tense, which means you will have been praised. Answer, please. Laudata eris is correct. Bonus number 2, give the correct form of laudata eris to correspond with the pronoun form nos. Laudatai Aramis is correct. 20 points for Team B on toss-up 16. Toss-up 17. Apollo visited the Cretan priest Carmenor and set up athletic games at the site of Delphi.
C4.
Answer, please.
The python.
The python is correct. To atone for the murder of what creature? First bonus for Team C. What Titan possessed the oracle at the time of Apollo's arrival?
Something like Artemis and Titan. I mean, like Hyperion. I feel like I just feel like the owls. We're going Hyperion.
Hyperion is not correct. It was Themis. Your second bonus. According to Pausanias, what Olympian was also said to be the possessor of Delphi until Apollo offered him Kailaurea in exchange? According to Pausanias, what Olympian was also said to be the possessor of Delphi until Apollo offered him Caloria in exchange? Answer, please. Hermes is not correct. It was Poseidon. So 10 points for Team C on toss-up 17. Toss-up 18. Which late Western emperor who took the throne when he was 10 years old?
C2.
Romulus Augustulus is not correct.
B1.
Honorius is correct. Who took the throne when he was 10 years old and moved the capital of the empire to Ravenna, had split the empire with his brother Arcadius. First bonus for Team B. What half-Vandal held the position of Magister Utriusque Militiae during the reign of Honorius? Stilicho is correct. Your second bonus. In what two battles of 402 and 403 AD did Stilicho achieve victories over Alaric?
The Battle of Hypelius' house and the Battle of Cogidubnus' palace.
I like it. The answer is actually Pollentia and Verona. So 15 points for Team B on toss-up 18. Toss-up 19. Consider this sentence. It might seem like reducing the number of variables in your life will control the outcome, but life isn't an experiment. From the sentence, identify two English words derived.
B4.
That is correct. Identify two English words derived from Latin and give a Latin root and its meaning of each, and you gave control from roto wheel and reducing from duco to lead. Your first bonus, name another. It might seem like reducing the number of variables in your life will control the outcome, but life isn't an experiment. Answer, please.
I defer to B4.
No, experiment comes from Peritus Guild. And your second bonus, name another. It might seem like reducing the number of variables in your life will control the outcome, but life isn't an experiment.
I defer to B4.
That is correct. So that was 15 points for Team B on toss-up 19. It is time for a score check, and it's also time for us to check and see if all issues have been resolved before we proceed to 20.
Okay, Florida has 35 points, Texas 135, Massachusetts 135.
It'll be a minute or two, so shake out your hands a little bit. Take a deep breath. I know it's hard to do when we have a tied game before 20. We were exploring whether per, meaning through, was a possible route for experiment. It comes from a PIR route, which is a different word. So the score stands as read after 19. All right, here we go. Everyone have buzzers back in hands? Toss-up number 20. A form of what Latin word fills in the blank in the following three Latin mottos? Ex blank tridanes, artes blank.
A3.
Scientia is correct. Okay, audience, if you can keep it quiet for a couple of minutes here. The mottos were ex blank tridens, artes blank veritas, crescat blank vita excolator. Scientia is correct. Team A, here is your first bonus. What school has the Latin motto, artes scientia veritas? University of Michigan is correct. Your second bonus. What other Midwestern school has the motto, Numen Lumen? What other Midwestern school has the motto, Numen Lumen? Answer, please. It is the University of Wisconsin. Okay, we will read the score after 20 and then Ms. Longwell will tell us what happens next.
Florida, 50 points. Texas, 135. Massachusetts, 135. So, audience, I'd like for us right now to congratulate Team A, Florida, who has accomplished the amazing thing of being third in the nation in Novice Certamen. Let's give them applause and thank them. So, as this great Florida team exits the stage, we're now going to go into the tiebreaker rounds. We will be asking 5 sets of toss-up questions. Best out of 5 will win, and we'll continue to do that until either one team has won, or it's about noon, and we have to continue tiebreakers later, because again, the auditorium has to be used at 2:15 by the amazing Mr. George O'Connor. So, there's a question. Thank you, sir. There are no boni. Yeah, there are just going to be 5 tiebreakers. It's best out of 5. Okay, only toss-ups. You all, no matter what happens, you've already accomplished amazing things. So let's have fun with this, okay? Here comes Ms. Missoni back.
Okay, so here we go with the set of 5 tiebreakers. So if you think you can answer it, go ahead and ring in. Tiebreaker number 1. Which of the 7 hills of Rome is furthest south?
C3.
Answer, please. Palatine is not correct.
B2.
Aventine is correct. Tiebreaker number 2 for all players. Change Mulier Parwa to the
B2.
Mulierum Parvarum is correct because we are asking for the genitive plural. Tiebreaker number 3 for all players. Quid Anglicae significat vulg?
C1.
Crowd is correct for the word vulgus. Tiebreaker number 4 for all players. In whose house did Menelaus find help?
C4.
Answer, please.
Neoptolemus?
Neoptolemus is not correct. In whose house did Menelaus find Helen on the night that Troy fell?
B3.
Answer, please. No, the answer is Deiphobus. Tiebreaker number 5 for all players. Translate this sentence into Latin. The little boy wanted to go to pump.
C1.
Where Parvus voluit ire Pompeius.
That is correct. Does that leave us at 2 and 2? Okay, audience, we are going to keep on going here because that was 2 and 2. So we're going to go into our second round of 5 questions. So audience, please keep it quiet. We got to keep moving here. Okay, so we're restarting the count. This is the second set of 5. Tiebreaker number 1. What English derivative of video means information meant to be helpful?
B4.
Provisional is not correct.
C2.
Advice is correct. Okay, audience, please no exclamations. Thank you. Number 2, tiebreaker number 2. What mythological sisters were turned into a nightingale?
C4.
Procne and Philomela.
Procne and Philomela are correct for a nightingale and a swallow. Tiebreaker number 3. Translate this sentence into Latin. In the 3rd hour, we will read about queens.
C1.
Tertia, ora, legamus, de, regi, nis, et regibus.
That is correct. So
Okay, congratulations to those Certamen players for an exciting match. You all, we need to move on to intermediate. So we're going to call the Georgia Intermediate team to stage first. Georgia Intermediate to stage first. Congratulations to Texas and Massachusetts for that very exciting round of Novice Certamen. Amazing. All right, Georgia team, you're going to enter over here for intermediate.
Remember, intermediate has a different stream link